Hi, Genki Call here with your Soulforge offerings for the week of July 11th, 2022. Starting off with the Legendaries in here, we've got a Borith, which I would never recommend spending 800 diamonds on. He's a pretty crappy legendary in my opinion. Remove all gems with no effect, just remove them. Heal back to full and gain 38 for me attack and gain some attack. So you know, yeah, unless you need to get your power level up in Karakoth, I would never recommend crafting this troop. Um, he's okay. I don't love him for sure. Krurarg is another one I wouldn't recommend spending your diamonds on. The only thing really going for him is that he has a 5% chance to devour on skull damage. I hate fighting him because of that 5%, but in general, he does do damage to two enemies, specifically the last two enemies, and he can summon a demon, a random demon. So he's not terrible, but again, 800 diamonds is really steep. I generally would not recommend spending your diamonds on legendaries unless it's something you're absolutely dying to have, like Tesla. Tesla's worth it, in my opinion, but if you don't like that playstyle, then she wouldn't be worth it to you. It's personal preference, which is why I always go over these things so you can make your own informed decisions. I like Nutcracker a lot. He removes all armor from one enemy, explodes all gems of one of that enemy's colors, and then he explodes all stone blocks, which is going to become relevant when Hellcrag releases next week, I think it is, because there are going to be stone blocks involved. So Nutcracker is about to become more viable because of Hellcrag. However, um, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He does give 4 armor to all mechs when matching 4+ gems, and he is impervious, which is nice. But do I think he's worth spending 800 diamonds on? No. Again, unless you have specific reason to craft it, I would not say so. Let me just double check these right here. What I'm looking for is Centurigon, and Centurigon uses brown and red. So if you want to check these every week, you can see when Centurigon comes back around. You might want to spend some gems to get it because Centurigon is amazing. Not in the drop table this week, however. Now, these are always here. The Flesh Horror. Now, I really like the Flesh Horror a lot. I think this is a really good troop. Eliminate all armor from an enemy. If you hit the top enemy, it's going to deal damage to that enemy that you hit after removing its armor, and then deal damage to everything below it, which means that the Flesh Horror can damage the entire enemy team, even if they're all submerged. As long as you can hit the top troop, they're all getting damaged. So um, it's a little weird that it removes armor, but then it's damaging armor to everything else. But it still works. It still does damage to all enemies, and it's more damage than it would have been if it had just been damage to all enemies. I actually think she's underrated, and she's really good for quick delves. So, but again, not worth 800 diamonds in my opinion. All right, let's get on to things that you might consider worth using your diamonds on. And the number one thing here is High King Irongut. Rejoice, those of you that have been waiting for this guy to come along. He is amazing for delves. This is a must-have for delves. Now, you see this attack here? This is the percentage chance he has to devour. Whatever your attack is his percentage chance. He'll do a little bit of damage with a chance to devour equal to my attack. And he gets an extra turn. Unless he's frozen, that's it. He's getting an extra turn. So, he is amazing for that. However, you have to have an attack high enough to actually devour with him. And there are ways around that. I have a video that will show you how to raise the attack. You can use a variety of things. There's Ethereal Sentry, there's Chief Dargon, there's the Wild King, there's the Wild Queen. There are just a lot of options for getting his attack up so that you can devour with him. And of course, the boost from your horde in the underworld is going to take that attack up nice and high. So, High King Irongut if you plan to do any high level delving anytime within, say, the next 6 months, I absolutely recommend getting him if you don't already have him, if you're interested in using this kind of mechanic. Now, I do want to say that he cannot devour certain troops. Some troops are immune to devour, in which case you curse or stun them and it goes away. The only troops that players can own that are not susceptible to that are Leona's Tower and Enraged Corindar. You can't curse or stun those, but besides those two, everything else is fair game. So, yeah, awesome sauce. Own raid boss, you can't. You can do player owned Zugoth, but not raid boss Zolgoth. Alright, let's get on to these other things. Stonehammer. He's pretty good. He does have that 80% skull damage reduction, but he does mana block these three colors, blue, brown, and yellow. He is one of the ones that's immune to devour unless he's stunned or cursed. So he is going to stun and burn all enemies. Period. Nice. And create a mix of red and brown gems. So he's a mana generator. He is a tank. He's got that skull damage reduction. He's going to be gaining life every time he casts. I don't think he's as bad as some of the other YouTubers say he is, but at the same time, I generally tend not to use him, except very, very situationally. Doomclaw is supposed to be absolutely terrible. I don't think I own him yet, but I really need him for my Urskaya power level. I have to go check that now. Is that the one I need? I'm pretty sure that's the one I need. It is. Oh no, wait. No, I already crafted him. It's the one, the Wargear, Wolfgaric that I still need. Anyway, that is neither here nor there, and I'm digressing. I apologize. Ha ha ha. You know, I do that. I get distracted. All right, so Doomclaw. He has done really well with me most of the time. He does a little bit of damage, boosted by enraged allies, so you have a max of an extra 40 damage with this guy if your entire team is enraged, which Ursula can do. Ursula? Yeah. With 25% separate chances to devour the enemy above and below whatever you cast on. I've had good luck with this, but if he doesn't devour, you know, it's an okay amount of damage. Better if the whole team is enraged. He is immune to devour himself, unless he's cursed or stunned, and enrages a random ally on 4+ gem matches. So you get lots of +4 gem matches, and maybe he'll be okay. Put him on a team. Look at the colors. Put him on a team with Gobtruffle or Beatrix. Get lots of green and brown and lots of match 4s to possibly get that done and possibly devour the enemy team. So I don't think he's totally terrible. I don't. But he's not considered to be a very good mythic. Always here, always here, always here. And the last one for mythics this week is the Fairy Godmother. All right, so right off the bat, this is a goblin. She gets an extra turn, period. So she's going to create 2 to 3 wish gems or damage to all enemies boosted by wish gems, or give life to all other allies boosted by wish gems. She also has a chance to convert a yellow gem to wish gems, a wish gem when the turn begins, 50% chance. Those wish gems can backfire on you big time because it doesn't say here what the wish gems do, but wish gems can give full mana to one of your team members, to your entire team, or your entire team and the entire enemy team. So the plus side is you have to be able to explode it. And if your enemy team does not have any way to explode things, you're golden. So what you do is you cast with her, you make sure you have something to explode the board, and you might give mana to your enemy team, but mostly you're going to be getting mana for your team. So it can be really, really good to use with things that take a lot of mana to fill up. Anything that's very, very high mana cost, she's good to run with. So that is your Fairy Godmother. Those are your mythic troops for this week. Now let's go into weapons, and I'm going to be spending all of my diamonds on weapons. Look at that. I'm one short of a mythic, but I have to spend them on weapons because I'm weapon blocked. Now we do have one of the darn doomed tomes this week. Yes, I'm going to spend 900 diamonds on it because the tomes are meta in Guild Wars. If you do not want to use this in Guild Wars, don't bother. It's just, that's my opinion, that this is really, the tomes are really only good for Guild Wars. And even then, this is a brown color and can easily be thwarted by Ulor. So, you know, I'm still going to craft it. But the biggest thing that you need to know about doomed weapons is that the only way to level them up is to get forge scrolls. There are only two ways to get forge scrolls. One is to do the Tower of Doom. So this would have to be the brown Tower of Doom for me to level it. Do I have any brown forge scrolls? Probably not. And the other way to get them is here, and they're very, very expensive because they are going to cost you writs. And writs generally are better spent on Imperials. So, and as you can see, the stupid the cursed runes are so hard to find, and those of you that ground them out when there was an increased chance, that is awesome for you. But the rest of us are struggling to get the darn things. So, anyway, let's go back in here. Yeah, I'm gonna craft it. I'm gonna craft it. 910 celestials. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. But I'm gonna craft it. Damn. But that's one more weapon for Groshnak. Not one that I can level, but I have to have all of the weapons at this point. Even though I am mythic blocked, at some point I'm going to get unmythic blocked in Groshnak, and I will need the weapons. I'll need all of the weapons. So let's go over them. The Bone Scraper. Oh wait, let's make sure that, there's something that I absolutely recommend that you craft this week. Absolutely recommend crafting Earth's Fury. This is the same colors as Meng. Meng is also a weapon from Groshnak, and Meng is something that you get for free. However, the difference between Meng and Earth's Fury is that Meng strips the armor from your enemy and gives attack to your hero only, with like a 2-to-1 ratio, so it gives more attack. This one strips all armor from the enemy and does damage and gives all allies attack boosted by the armor eliminated. So the higher level they are, the more attack is going to be given to your entire team. This is another way that you can get a high enough attack with High King Irongut to devour. And something that I absolutely recommend, this is great for events, whether it is for invasion, raid boss, world event, whatever it may be. It's a really, really good weapon to have, and I definitely recommend crafting this if this kind of mechanic appeals to you. Another one that we have here that I have already crafted is the Spiked Mace. And the Spiked Mace does damage to an enemy boosted by Groshnak allies. And creates a mix of red and brown gems. Now, red and brown, those are really the colors for Groshnak, and so this is a good one to have, but it's Groshnak specific. There's got to be one that's for orcs. That would probably be better to craft. However, with the new troops that we've just, or Tricknala that just came out, this might be a good one to have. She does not use red or brown, but the other team members would probably use red and brown. So let's go up and see what else we have here. We have the Bone Scraper, which does, this is the one that does boosted by orc allies, creates a mix of 6 green and red gems. This would definitely be good for Tricknala because Tricknala uses green, and so, and red, which what's her name? Fist of Zorn uses. So this would boost both boost both Fist of Zorn and Tricknala, and so I think this would be a good one to use with those two on the team. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend this one over the Groshnak one. And so I've got that one now. Then the String of Teeth, what's this do? Enrage an ally and give attack to them, boosted by orc allies, but that's only an additional 4 attack. And then summon an orc. So, yep, we'll craft that one. I generally would not recommend spending 300 diamonds on that unless you need more weapons for Groshnak. And then the Mace of Groshnak, we've got our epic weapons now, our 75 cheapo diamond ones. Remove all red gems. So red Guild Wars Day, deny red to your enemy. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by the gems removed with a 3-to-1 ratio. So if you remove 9, you'll get an extra 3 damage. And if they're from Groshnak or the battle is in Groshnak, deal double damage. So it's cheap, and if you need weapons for Groshnak, it's a good option. Also, Lockstone will have gain a barrier, deal damage to an enemy, and silence them. I'd have to look at the upgrades, and well, actually, let's go do that. Let's go look at the upgrades for these things and see if that makes them any more worthwhile real quickly here. So we're going to go to troops, weapons, and we'll just go to upgradable. Most of them will be from Groshnak because I've upgraded most other things. So Bone Scraper, create a Bone Storm, enrage myself, which is very, very nice. And so get a little bonus magic there, but the most create a Bone Storm, and that's going to be really good for skull spamming team. Again, I think this is going to be really good with Fist of Zorn and Tricknala. So yeah, I like that one a lot. And then we've got, oh, I can upgrade this. You're kidding. I can upgrade it one. Yep, that's what I thought. So let's go Lockstone. A random status effect to the first enemy. That could be Deathmark. It could be any negative status effect. Drain 3 mana from the first enemy. That's helpful. And the extra magic will help you do a little extra damage. So nothing really special there. It's nice to have a barrier and to silence the enemy. But, it's alright. And then the Mace of Groshnak, enrage myself, very helpful if you're running at the front of the team. Do a little splash damage to a random enemy, which can help break barriers. A little extra magic. Again, not a big deal. And then String of Teeth is the last one from Groshnak. 2 mana to all allies is nice. The bleed is okay. The enrage is going to be very helpful if you get a hold of some skulls if you're at the front of the team. So, by the way, while we're here, I'll just say do not fully upgrade Trick and Treat. Don't do it. 10% chance to transform the first enemy into a giant toad. If I had known that Essence of Evil did this, if I had realized what I was doing, I never would have upgraded that weapon, and that is why I have not upgraded this one, because I don't like that. It helps the enemy team. Alright, so that is it for the Soulforge video for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye!